I shouldn't have been out there alone. I knew the rules. Everyone who lives near the deep woods knows them. Never hike after sunset. Never whistle in the dark. And no matter what, never, ever answer if you hear your name called from the trees. But the woods were quiet that night. Deceptively quiet. I'd been walking for hours, chasing the last light of a fading sun, and I told myself I'd be fine. Just a few more miles back to the car. What could possibly go wrong? At first, it was just the wind. Or that's what I told myself when the ancient trees groaned and shifted around me, their branches creaking like old bones. It felt like they were breathing, their wooden lungs inhaling and exhaling in the growing dark. I gripped my flashlight tighter and kept walking. The beam bounced nervously, the narrow dirt path ahead seeming to swallow the light whole, leaving nothing but impenetrable blackness on either side. Then I heard it, a sound that didn't belong. It was a voice, carried on the breeze from somewhere deep in the woods, faint, stretched, and unnatural. Jason. It sounded like someone trying to say my name, but not quite getting it right. The syllables dragged on for too long, like a recording played at half speed. It felt like something was practicing, learning how to form the sound, tasting the word on a tongue not meant for human speech. Every hair on my body stood on end. My blood ran cold. The chorus of crickets and night insects, which had been a constant companion, suddenly stopped. Complete and utter silence descended upon the forest. It was a heavy, suffocating silence that pressed in on me from all sides. Without thinking, I switched off my flashlight, plunging myself into near total darkness. Every instinct I had, every primal fear inherited from 1,000 generations, screamed at me to stop moving, to become one with the shadows. And in that dead quiet, I heard it breathing. It wasn't the soft breath of a deer or a fox. It was a ragged, wet sound, like air being forced through congested lungs. It was close, too close. Then, branches cracked, not like a four-legged animal pushing through the undergrowth. This was the sound of defeat heavy, deliberate slow. Each snap of a twig echoed in the silence, a countdown to something terrible. I started backing away, my feet clumsy on the uneven ground. But the sound wasn't following me in a straight line. It was moving around me, a predator assessing its prey. It sounded like it was circling, cutting off any chance of escape. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat in the silent woods. And then it laughed. God, that laugh. It was a chilling, perfect mimicry of my own voice, twisted into a sound of pure malice. Jason. All composure I had left shattered out, I bolted. I didn't care where I was going. I just ran. The path I had been following just moments before now looked completely alien. The trees seemed to have moved, their trunks now closer together, forming a claustrophobic cage. The air grew thick and still, heavy with a foul, earthy scent. I risked a glance over my shoulder, and that's when I saw it. It was silhouetted against the faint moonlight filtering through the canopy. Tall, impossibly tall, and thin, and just wrong. Its joints bent backwards, its limbs moving at angles that defied anatomy. It looked like someone had tried to build a human out of mismatched spare parts and failed horribly. It stopped when I looked, tilting its head at me with a jerky, bird-like motion. Then it spoke again, in my voice, the same one I heard in my own head. It was no longer a stretched out imitation, it was perfect. And it asked me a question. My legs felt like lead, my lungs burned, but I couldn't stop myself from responding. My own voice, trembling and weak, escaped my lips. What do you want? The thing smiled, a horrifying, silent gesture that didn't involve moving its mouth. The flesh around its lips simply pulled back, revealing too many teeth. Its voice, my voice, slithered through the air. Come here. They say skinwalkers don't need to chase you. They don't need to be fast. They just lead you deeper and deeper into the woods, twisting the paths, confusing your senses until there is no path left at all. And then you're theirs. I don't know how long I ran. I don't remember dropping my flashlight or scraping my hands and face on branches that seemed to reach for me like skeletal fingers. But I remember the sounds. It wasn't just one of them anymore. As I crashed through the trees, I started seeing eyes. Pairs of glowing eyes, blinking open between the dark trunks. Too many to count, watching me. And they all blinked in perfect, killing unison. I eventually stumbled out of the woods and onto the road, miles from where my car was parked. I made it home, but I'm not really free. I can still hear them at night when the house is quiet, whispering my name from the darkness outside, like it's a prayer they're endlessly repeating. And sometimes, when I get the courage to look out the window toward the tree line behind my house, I can see them, motionless figures, standing just at the edge of the woods, waiting patiently for me to finally answer their call and follow. If you love the chills and stories from the dark, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for tuning in, and stay safe out there.